June marked a milestone of remembrance for the greatest generation with the 75th anniversary commemoration of D-Day, and Veterans Voices will continue to honor those brave men this month. 7 News anchor Catherine Guyan joins us live in the studio now with another edition of Veterans Voices.
Bill Harris enlisted in the Navy when he was just 18 years old in 1943 during World War II. His service took him from Marshall County to the U.S.S. Gandy, which sailed seas across the world. This is his story in his own words.
You'll be better when you get out of here than you are when you went in. Actually, I was.
Bill Harris heard those words from a friend just before heading to Navy training, and he says they turned out to be true, although his service took him on an unexpected course.
And I wanted to be an aviation machinist mate, and so I ended up being a sonarman.
He was one of more than 300 men assigned to a brand new ship, the U.S.S. Gandy.
You say ping, train, and listen.
And that was his job, using sonar to track down submarines.
So you would send out a sonar echo, and if it hit anything, then you would be listening to see if it hit anything. And if it did, why then you would report that you made contact. Out of that, why they would determine whether it was a subject that they, or an object that they should, pursue.
When you ask Harris about his service, he says what comes to mind is the day his ship sunk a German submarine.
One of our sister ships made contact with it after it had torpedoed this tanker, this Pennsylvania. Apparently they did some damage to it because that's when it surfaced. And we were about ready to make a depth charge run on it too, but it surfaced in front of us. After it surfaced, they have a deck gun, and they were firing it. We had 2 or 3 lookouts that got injured.
Harris says one of the ships in his division took the submarine's crew as prisoners.
And I can remember the commanding officer said, boys, he says, take a good look at that. You'll never see that again in your life.
The U.S.S. Gandy's travel log lists dozens of places that Harris saw, but his time in the Pacific was maybe some of the most impactful. His cousin was killed on Okinawa, and Harris was able to pay his final respects with the help of his commanding officer.
And so I worked it out where I got to go ashore and got transportation to where the Marine Cemetery was and see his name. He was from McMacken, John B. Goodwin, on a cross in a cemetery on Okinawa. And those things stick in your mind, you know.
Harris was discharged from the Navy in 1946 and looks back on his service with fond memories. Shortly after coming home, he joined the American Legion, and he's been commander of Post 18 in Cameron for about 20 years. If you log on to WTRF.com, you'll be able to watch a digital exclusive to hear about his time as commander and a few other great stories he shared from the Navy.